Hello, trading is closed on January 8th, 2020. As I said ahead of time, I've been away from the market for a few days, and based on past experience, it might take me a few days more to get back into gear. So if anybody wants to risk money on this, bear that in mind. Before I left, we had a target of 32, 37, 38, and that printed. I said typically we would overtake the high of this hole-in-the-wall gap here, find resistance, and then reverse. So here was that high, and you can see how there was resistance there. We overtook it and reversed, and see support at this level. There's a new target from today's pattern of 3248.36, and unless we have a gap, and unless we gap higher smartly, I think that's my target for tomorrow. It isn't a heck of a lot higher than we closed. It isn't a heck of a lot lower than we closed, but it's significantly lower than futures are now. During the day, MEJT said ultimately both higher and lower prices would print, which they did. This rally was marked as unsustainable. It says we'll return to the high of this bar. These squiggles in the afternoon, the system said, would not stick, and of course they didn't. We have a lot of resistance at today's high. Here's the Gann fan one by one line. When you hit these lines, this is from a top back in 2018. And when you rally to a line like this, either you gap over the line or the line wins. Wave 3 high happened way back in July 2015. This is the one by one Gann fan line, so we have strong resistance from that Gann fan line here. Same thing, you gap over the line or the line wins. We had an all-day rally, couldn't hold on to these highs. This is a pattern which almost always closes near the day's high. If it does not, it leads to lower prices. It doesn't have to be a lower close, but if you can't maintain the high, any of these highs, it should lead to lower prices, and undercutting this low is even more negative. But remember, tomorrow's open is a substitute for today's close. So if we gap over this high, all that negativity goes away. If we don't gap up smartly, here's my call. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. Well, kind of a long speech today. Thursday's pattern has the early low, but we could gap up first. We had a day-long rally. We couldn't maintain a close over prior highs. This pattern doesn't close near the high. Further weakness should follow. We have a lower MEJT target, Gann fan resistance, as we've seen at the high. Unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high, we should see lower prices. It doesn't guarantee a lower close, but because of that resistance, this high has the potential to stand for more than a day. But futures are up significantly as I write this, and if we were to gap over today's high and didn't reverse it immediately, that would be a breakout over strong resistance. There was a volume spike in the E-mini futures, and the Nasdaq McClellan oscillator has reversed from hitting its lower Bollinger Band. Both of these things are associated with market bottoms. If we do gap over this high, that should lead to a very strong rally and possibly a blow-off move higher. And even if we do have a drop here which lasts more than a day, I don't think this move is over. Doesn't mean you won't drop. But if we can gap over this, and I'm not saying we will or we won't, you could have a blow-off rally to new highs. If we don't clear this, though, I think we'll see lower prices. So tomorrow's open is going to be very telling as I see it. The pattern has the early low. It's a question of whether or not we gap up first, and that's today's call.